Also, why is quackery so big a business? For example, homeopathy, because people who can't afford health insurance can afford it, and they're desperate. I would also add the arrogance of stay-at-home moms. I know that's like I'm really generalizing very specifically and dinkishly there, but the arrogance of people to be able to be like, well, it turns out I read a thing on the internet and I'm a little bit smart in this thing, so I think I know a little bit more than doctors who are just brainwashed by Western medicine. It's all this conspiratorial bullshit thinking that we've been doing, right? In all aspects. And it ain't new to have it point to what the fuck am I even saying? Holy shit, my brain just stopped. It isn't new. It's just another direction that it's pointed at. Homeopathy is a strange beast. It's just a grab bag of shenanigans. That's a great description of it. If I venture into the field, I always go to an old world trained specialist, i.e. Chinese or Eastern European. They seem to have less quackery, in my opinion. My own personal take, like Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine is like not traditional Chinese medicine. The communists destroyed everything that was traditional in China. So all the like Reiki and all that shit, this is all just new stuff that people are inventing. And a lot of it is super wooey. I'm not going to say that it's all wrong and everything. I'm not an expert. But I will say that I went for acupuncture and it was absolutely not worth the experience. I've had other friends who've had great success with it. I'm not saying don't do it or that it's wrong. I'm just saying I didn't have any benefit from it. I don't trust it. I trust doctors because I've had nothing but positive experience. Well, not nothing but positive experience. You know what I mean? I'm still alive because of doctors. But if you're named Ashley and you take a 1-week course from a hippie in Bali, now you can diagnose why I can't sleep at night. Let's be clear, Jim. Right-wing conservative stay-at-home moms, not just misogyny. It's true. Right-wing conservatives and stay-at-home moms, and really the whole it's all that big funnel of the right wing. They go to mommy nets, they go to incel groups, and it's all one big just how do we tell people what they want to hear so that we can make them little stormtroopers in our racial holy war. Acupuncture has the same efficacy as homeopathy. Interestingly, actually, I read a study a while back, back when I had my blog, acupuncture, sham acupuncture, has the same benefit as actual acupuncture, which is actually a benefit. And there's a reason for this. It's a benefit in pain management. And the theory is that the acupuncture process, the putting of needles in, triggers a cortisol, I think it's a cortisol reaction in the body. But there's a chemical reaction that basically gives the body a bunch of natural painkillers because it recognizes that, oh, there's sharp things and they're going in me. I should release painkillers. Sham acupuncture is acupuncture without the median lines and the mystic powers of, this nerve cluster is affected by putting a needle in your left ass cheek or whatever, whatever the woo around it. So if you do acupuncture in exactly the same way, but with no care about the energy pathways of the body and the secret life of plants inside us or whatever the shit that they talk about, it has the same efficacy. And there is some efficacy. It's just not what they think it is. I'll pray for you, Jim. Placebo and nocebo effects. Oh hell, that's something I should do. You know what? Let's pause the document because it's gonna take a while to get through. Maybe we'll do another stream on that one. But you just made me think of is it Ben Goldacre's thing on placebo effect? Yes, this is some of my favorite shit ever, and we're gonna watch this together because it's worth watching. If you haven't watched it, Ben Goldacre is awesome. So here we go. This is it, the nerd stock thing.
A man who is now going to give his own particular side to the world of science. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Ben Goldacre!
I hope this is it.
Look, sorry, I'll talk a bit quickly. Somebody on Twitter last night said it was like being skull-fucked with my data cock. I don't know what that means, but... I wanted to talk about the nocebo effect, which is like the evil twin of the placebo effect. It's the amazing ability of the mind to make you feel really, really rubbish. So everybody knows about the placebo effect. The placebo effect is where you take a sugar pill and you get better. Except the placebo effect isn't just about taking a sugar pill and getting better. It's about the whole cultural meaning of the treatment. It's about our beliefs and expectations. And this has been demonstrated with lots of really, really clever studies comparing one kind of placebo against another. So we know, for example, that if you take 2 sugar pills a day instead of 1 sugar pill a day, you get better, faster from gastric ulcers. And that is an outrageous finding. We know from 3 different studies on 3 different types of pain that saltwater injection is a more effective form of pain relief than a sugar pill. Not because a saltwater injection or a sugar pill does anything physically to the body, but because it feels like a much more dramatic intervention. We know that fake knee operations improve knee pain. We know that fake angina operations improve angina. We know that pacemakers improve congestive cardiac failure after they've been put in, but before they've been switched on. So this is some properly outrageous findings, right? And I was kind of over it, but then earlier on this month, I was giving evidence to the Parliamentary Select Committee for Science and Technology, which is the ultimate middle-class name drop. And they said, well, okay, so we understand you don't think that homeopathy works any better than placebo, but do you think it has any physical adverse consequences? Do you think homeopathy pills actually harm people? And I said, no, obviously, but then the homeopaths on the panel who came after, they said, no. They said, no, homeopathy pills, they can have side effects. And that seems like crazy, but they were going, no, they're so powerful, they can have positive effects and they can have side effects. And so I started looking into this, and firstly, interestingly, they're wrong. Actually, it's not interesting that they're wrong. When a homeopath is wrong, that's sort of dog bites man. They're wrong. Anyway, so there's a big study comparing the number of people reporting side effects if they're getting real homeopathy sugar pills against if they're just getting normal sugar pills, and there's no difference. People are reporting side effects to the same extent in both. But what's mad about this experiment is that it shows that people get side effects when they're just taking a sugar pill. So then people started studying this in more detail, and it turns out that the side effects that you get are the side effects that you expect to get. So then people started doing these experiments, these really sinister studies, going out of their way to try and make people feel really shit. And I'll tell you about 3. Firstly, asthma. Take 100 people, sit them down, 100 people with asthma, sit them down and put a saline nebulizer on their face. A saline nebulizer is just this thing that makes kind of a mist of salty water that you inhale. And if you've got asthma, probably won't do you any harm, probably won't do you any good, just nothing at all. Sit 100 people down, switch it on, nothing happens. Sit 100 people down with asthma, put a saline nebulizer on their face, tell them it's an allergen, switch it on, bang, half of them have an asthma attack. Next study, the puking study. They took a bunch of people, put them inside a big rotating drum that's designed to make you puke. They gave them all sugar pills. Half of them, they said, well, we're putting you in the big rotating drum that's going to make you puke, but we're going to give you an antiemetic that's going to stop you puking. They didn't puke. The other half, they said, look, we've been doing these studies on this drug, and it looks like it's really effective and helpful, but unfortunately, it does have this side effect, which is that it massively makes you want to puke. So we're just trying to work out how much it makes you want to puke, and we're going to put you in this machine that makes you want to puke, and then we're going to give you the puking drug. And those people puked. But the third experiment, which is properly insane, is a study on carisoprodol. Carisoprodol is a muscle relaxant drug. This is a big study, and they divided people into 6 groups, okay? Half the people got the real muscle relaxant. Half the people just got a dummy sugar pill. And they were told one of 3 stories. They were either told, we're giving you the muscle relaxant, or they were told, we're just giving you a sugar pill, or they were told, we're giving you like a stimulant drug. It's going to make you feel kind of uptight, clenchy, tense, it's going to make your muscles tense, it's going to improve your reaction time, and we're going to measure how uptight and clenchy and tense your muscles are and what your reaction time is like. The results of this experiment were properly insane. 3 things. Firstly, the people who just got a dummy sugar pill but were told they were getting a stimulant, they were really clenchy and uptight and tense and had faster reaction times. The people who were given the muscle relaxant, the real muscle relaxant, but were told it was a stimulant, were even more clenchy and uptight than anybody else. And that's probably because of something called the active placebo effect, because they'd taken this pill, and then they could feel it working. They could feel that it was doing something in their muscles. So they're thinking, wow, I've got the real shit this time. This is really kicking in. And that potentiated, that enhanced the effect of their beliefs on their body. And it wasn't just enough to overcome the relaxant effect of the drug. It was enough to turn it properly on its head so they were actively, properly more tense. But the third most insane part of this whole study, the people who were given the muscle relaxant, but were told they were given the muscle relaxant, had higher blood plasma levels of the muscle relaxant than any other group, because something about their belief that they had been given a muscle relaxant was enough to perpetuate the presence of the muscle relaxant molecules in their bodies. And that is properly insane, and that is the amazing scientific research into the nocebo effect, and that is without question 8 million metric fuck tons more interesting than any flaky made-up facts purported by some flaky new age pill-peddling quack. Merry Christmas.
I fucking love that. That is seriously one of my favorite things. There's a couple notes here from Nancy that I didn't see earlier, so I'm just going to address them. The truth is suppressed. For example, sugar causes high blood pressure, not salt. Surprised to hear that? I'm not surprised if you are. I actually knew that sugar causes high blood pressure, but I do not believe that's a normal thing. I thought salt ultimately causes cholesterol, which creates high blood pressure. But I don't think there's like an immediate, if you take salt, you will suddenly have a better sugar time or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy, because you would know more than I. Yes, salt regulates blood pressure. Sugar damages your kidneys, which leads to dysregulation of that system. This has been a great decision. I'm off to work. Oh, so I missed. I'm sorry, Nancy. I love you. Oh, wait. People with cholesterol issues should watch their salt, not the other way around. I have cholesterol issues. They're not significant cholesterol issues, but I'm now taking statins because I'm old and crotchety and I'm collecting goo inside my veins. And I didn't realize, I'm just going to quickly say, do you know what cholesterol in the veins, you know why it's a problem? Why it leads to heart disease? I didn't know this. My doctor told me and it grossed me right the fuck out. So when you get cholesterol buildup in your veins, you get this like crunchy outer layer of cholesterol and then you get the gooey inner layer, like candy, right? Sort of like a Starburst fruit chew, but like full of shit. So there's me, got veins. Inside my veins, there's cholesterol. There's the hard, crunchy outer layer, and then there's inside the soft, gooey center. What happens is nicotine. This is why I have to quit smoking. Nicotine weakens the hard, crunchy outer layer, which sounds like a great thing. Yay, cholesterol breaks down, goes away. Woohoo, go smoking. No, because what happens is the hard, crunchy outer layer breaks open, and the cholesterol goo inside is like super death, and it goes right to your heart and goes, and you die. So I'm not into that. Don't get me started on cholesterol. Oh no, yes, I do have high cholesterol, but it's literally like at the start of COVID, my doctor was like, "Hey, listen, we did some tests because I had this thing with my lips were going blue, and not for reasons that made sense, and we couldn't really find any reason for it, but." He did find that I had subtly high cholesterol, and he was like, if you quit smoking now, you'll be fine for a while before we even need to consider these pills. And then I didn't quit smoking because I'm a fucking idiot. So here we are, taking pills, statins, right on. First off, I want to say thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Thank you to my patrons that support me on Patreon. First, to the followers. Thank you to I Am Canadian. The prophets, those who receive the whispered truths before the masses. Special huge thanks go to my one prophet, Shithead Dave Anderson, the gods. This tier is the most expensive and likely to never have any members, but Patreon really told me I should have one, so it's true, I guess. There are no gods. If you want to be a patron, head over to www.patreon.com/BigUglyJim and sign up, and you too can get a hearty, rousing, full of love thanking. I try to put up stuff at least once a week, and I live stream every Saturday at noon Mountain Time on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, like an old man. Again, thanks for watching, and have a kick-ass day.